go even further.
What's up, Saiyan Army? So, first off, I just want to thank you guys for all the love and support that I got from my last video. Normally my videos average about 300 likes. Last video got close to 450 likes. So thank you guys a lot. I'll be doing more vlog type videos and more like day of eatings and stuff in the near future. So today we got our deadlift workout. We're doing 10 sets of 3 with 380 pounds. Now, I'm not gonna lie, deadlifts are probably one of my least favorite videos to put up. And thinking about it now, and the reason is because I'm not very strong at it. Let's face it, 380 pounds, you know, a lot of kids, you know, a year into deadlifting can do this. So I don't consider myself very strong at the deadlift, but on the flip side, I hope this is motivating for you guys, because a lot of times you see lots of these big YouTubers, you know, let's say they're already strong at a certain lift and that's how they gain their popularity. You guys don't see the progression of how they got that strength, you know? So hopefully you guys watch this video and understand that, hey, I injured my back in July, I reset my deadlift, and we start from the bottom and we're gonna make it to the top. And as long as I keep increasing my training maxes nice and slow, I lift for the long term instead of what I really want to do is kick it up 20-30 pounds like next training cycle. But I'm just increasing it by 10-pound increments and we're lifting for the long term. I'm gonna get that 500-pound pull eventually. So hopefully this motivates you guys and just shows you that, hey, we all start somewhere and we're progressing together. So let's get into the topic of today's video: race advantages for bodybuilding. So first off, this is all just my opinion, stuff that I've noticed from my 10 years of lifting. And what I've noticed is, I'm not gonna lie, some races are built genetically bigger than others. Like they have larger frames. An example, Asians, you'll think of more narrow frames, more smaller frames, although I do have friends that are broad, you know, but majority of them are more narrow. And then you look at people like Europeans or Samoans and even some African Americans, a lot of them are built genetically bigger, really broad. They got those, you know, Superman frames, like that basketball player, I forgot his name, or like LeBron James frames, where they're really broad. And then, of course, when you have a larger bone structure, your body's okay with adding muscle to it. Okay, I think when you have a smaller bone structure, then you're limited to the amount of muscle that your body actually wants to put on it, because you're limited to the amount of muscle that your body can actually hold. So let's take it a little further. So my race is Japanese. And if you go to Japan there and you talk to someone about working out, all they do is they go running. You know, oh yeah, I work out, I go running. And not many of them do any type of weight training or anything. And that goes for a lot of Asia, which is why you won't see a lot of jacked Asians. But when you go back to Hawaii, although I'm still considered, you know, pretty in good shape in Hawaii, there are a lot more, you know, jacked Asians in Hawaii. So it really depends on, you know, the country that the person comes from and their culture that they're around, you know. Is weight training popular in your area, and so on and so forth, or wherever you came from. And this is something I didn't notice till I moved to New York. Like New York, I haven't met an Asian person that's bigger than me. Not to sound conceited, but that's just the truth. Because lots of these Asians that in New York are, you know, fresh off the boat. Good show, by the way, watch it. But yeah, they're fresh off the boat, they're FOB. And they come from places where weight training isn't popular. And here in New York, in like the Asian groups, weight training isn't as popular as back in like Hawaii, or you take it to like the West Coast. West Coast fitness is really popular. I think one of the reasons is because it's warmer. The climate's warmer, you take your shirt off a lot more, you want to look good, look muscular. Whereas in like winter in New York, I don't even look like I lift. Throw a coat on me and I don't even look like I lift. And this is one of the reasons people always tell me I look heavier than I am. It's because of my narrow bone structure, which I got from my dad, thank you. And then you compare it to people like my brother. My brother is an inch taller than me. He weighs more than me, but I have more muscle than him and I look a lot bigger than him. But he's just a lot broader than me. He has a bigger bone structure. So the bottom line is you can't control any of this. And you gotta just work with what you're born with. Work with what your mama gave you. And accept whatever you have. I mean, the bottom line is, every one of you watching this video can put on muscle. You guys all have the ability to put on muscle, and each and every one of you watching this video can look good no matter what genetics you were born with. No matter if your bone structure was big, small, if you got genetically small calves, you know, team no calves, or you're like me where I had decent my calves genetically were pretty decent. So and think of it this way, just the fact that you guys lift weights sets you guys outside from the standard person. So what I'm going to tell you guys is, don't be afraid to stand out. Just because, you know, you're in some place that, you know, fitness isn't as popular, you know, don't be afraid to stand out. Be different, guys. Be the lion, not the sheep. Be different. All of you guys can do it. Being average sucks. See you guys in the next video. Strength and honor. Aloha.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000!